Welcome back here on Live Impact News on WCNC Plus. I'm Nick Sertovan. We want to get to a story that we are following today. We're talking about staffing shortages at the fire department in the city of Salisbury. And we want to bring in WCNC Charlotte's Myles Harris, who is following the story. Myles, just researching the story, one of the stories that popped up from several months ago, back in September, was that Salisbury gets a federal grant to hire 6 more firefighters.
Right.
So you see that and you're like, what happened?
Right. And I think it's interesting how they're seeing that, but then it's still not necessarily happening as far as what they are seeing as far as the firefighters are dealing with. And so they might have 6 new firefighters, but they're still dealing with essentially a shortness of staff when it comes to them to be able to do their jobs and perform as well as they need to. So we know, for example, the Salisbury professional firefighters, their union, their Facebook page put out a press release a couple of days ago mentioning how they basically had to place one of their ladder 3s, leave it out of service due to short staffing.
Wow.
So I talked to a couple of people that worked out there, the firefighters out there. Ideally, I think at minimum you would want 3, I want to say, don't quote me on that, I want to say 3 firefighters. Obviously, if you can have 4 or 5, that'd be more ideal, but that's pretty much what they're riding with right now is the bare minimum. And so when they're dealing with that, and then they're just dealing with not having enough firefighters for the turnover, because we know that these guys work on 24, 48-hour shifts. Sometimes those are lingering into 72-hour shifts. And so they're just like, we're short, we're constantly being pushed here and there, and so to the point where they have actually had to leave a truck out of service. Now that begs the question of, hey, are they able to respond in the adequate time that we need to, especially in a department in an area where seconds matter each time? I mean, these are their words as well. I mean, we know that, though, too. So we've been doing some digging into that. Obviously, talked to the union, talked to a couple people that are out there as firefighters. We did just get a response from the city mentioning more along the lines of from a city manager that, you know, when it comes to the temporary removal of that ladder 3 of that truck, they're just saying that that is a common and necessary practice in fire operations. So a little bit of a back and forth with this one as far as I don't want to say one's more legit than the other, but this is just the 2 pieces that we're hearing out of this right
Is there
now.
a pathway forward, though?
Yeah, I mean, hopefully more staffing will certainly help, but I think that's where they're struggling as well, is getting people to get there but then stay there, right? Whether that means they need to get better staffing. And we know that from the firefighters that I talked to today, and obviously based on what I've seen on social media, they are going to keep kind of beating this drum until they get the answers and more adequate service. I mean, we get it when it comes to a degree, working strenuous hours, whether we're covering breaking news or whether we're having to get up to cover a morning show or an evening show. I understand that. And they're just asking for more help as far as depth, as far as their department. I also know that they do have a city meeting tomorrow in Salisbury where I know that I believe their chief is going to be at that meeting as well. So definitely would look to seeing this being a conversation in that meeting as well. But this has been something that they have and showed me that they have filed these pressers back from even 2021. So this has been a conversation for a while. They're just hoping to get answers at this point.
Did they? You said 2021. My last question before I let you leave. Does COVID have anything to do with that? I think 2021.
I totally get your point.
I'm trying to make a connection here,
I think it's more about like the money and how that money is being used, and so and at least that's more of the questions that I'm getting from the union. Where it's more of like we get this grant and we might be hiring 6 new firefighters, but then the majority of that grant, I'm just being hypothetical here, majority of that grant might be going to building new buildings or to putting into tools like a fire truck or putting into other things, as of putting it into a salary to hire more staffers on your team, which is probably more of what they're asking for than a brand new building. So that's where there's a kind of a disconnect, and so they're trying to get on the same page with the city. They feel as though they're not getting that answer from the city, so now they're asking for the community to put their hand in it and say, hey, this is a concern for you guys as well. Let your city leaders know.
Anything public safety, folks, they speak out, they speak up, and so you said that meeting is tomorrow, so we look forward to seeing what comes from that. Myles, when can folks catch your story?
5:30. I'm about to run out here and get editing, man. So I'm about to get out here and get going, man. But 5:30 tonight. So
I'm not gonna hold you up, man. Myles, you can catch your story at 5:30. Myles, thank you for your time.
Appreciate you guys, man.